What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking. It's been a while since I've made a video, so it's good to be back on YouTube. Today, as you can see, we're gonna look at two Rolex boxes. One is genuine and one is not. First, I'm gonna show you the two boxes separately. I'm upstairs in my house, so hopefully there's natural light coming in. I want you to see the colors as accurately as I can, and the best way for me to do that is with the natural lighting. Again, I'll show the two boxes separately, then I'll compare the two, and then finally, hopefully I'll be able to help you distinguish a fake box even without a real box next to it. Finally, I'll end with a story as to how I came about this box and what I'm gonna do with it. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with box number one. You've got the Rolex logo embossed at the top. I'm gonna take the top off. The flap folds forward as it should. You've got the Rolex sign at the bottom. You've got a protective cover on it. The box itself slides out. You open it up. There it is. You've got the Rolex logo kind of pressed onto the top of this. The material is kind of a leather feeling. This is what the pillow looks like. You see the edges here. You see the edge here on the side. When I pull the top down where you store your paperwork normally, you see the two layers here. When I close the box back up, kind of makes a little creaking sound. And that's about it for box number one. All right, so here's the second box. Again, you've got the outer cardboard box, Rolex logo embossed at the top. Open it up. Kind of have a different protective layer on the top of the box here, almost like a styrofoam kind of sheet at the top here. Again, the box slides right out. You've got the Rolex logo again, really just printed here on the box. Slides right out. Open it up. And again, you've got the pillow, kind of a different looking type of pillow. You see the edges here. See the edges on the side. Got the Rolex logo at the top here. Again, really just printed, not really pressed in like the other one was. Open it up to where you keep your paperwork. Two layers as before. This one is just a little bit different. Close it back up. You see this one is kind of a brighter green compared to the other one. The edges are a little bit better. Open it up from the back. And here we are again, guys. I think I probably gave it away just by showing it. So here they are side by side. It's easy to tell that the fake one is here on my left. The real one is on the right. Just off the bat, the color is wrong. When I first saw this thing, actually the Rolex pin here at the front, it had fallen off, so I actually pressed that back on. The color is just kind of a dull green color where you'll instantly recognize the one on the right. That shade of green is the correct color. You open it up. Another tell for me when I first got it, the one on the left really just smells. It smells bad. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it's the glue they use. Or whatever it is, it just wasn't right. So even outside of that though, the font is a little bit off, right? And again, it's easy to compare the two when you've got the real one next to it. For me, it just didn't seem right. But even outside of that, if you look at the pillow doesn't squeeze. The correct pillow is this one that squeezes a little bit. This one is firm. Yes, it's got the leatherette type of feel on it. That's correct. but this one doesn't squeeze at all. And speaking of the leather, let me put the fake one here on my left. This one the fake one has a little bit of shine to it. The real one does not have a shine to it. That same shine is consistent throughout the leather in the box itself. Hard to tell visually probably, but when you touch it, it feels a little bit kind of like cornstarch, right? It shouldn't feel like that. The genuine just feels a little bit softer and not quite as slick as the fake one. But I would say that the major tell, again, even if you didn't have the real one next to it, is just the fit and finish of this thing, right? So all of these edges here, it's not flush. Lots of seams. There's a seam here, there's a seam here, there's a seam here. There's a big gap between where this portion and the top of the box is. Notice on the real one, everything is flush. Everything is flush. No seams here. Everything is perfect. And no seams between the two layers here in your paperwork holder area. All right, you open this one up. You've got a big old seam. I mean, I could really even pull it apart here if I wanted to. You know, close the box back up. And you see as I open the box, the paper or whatever the material is here is coming off. I noticed here on this side of the box also. So again, if we didn't have the correct box to compare it to, basically if you see any imperfections to the box, it's not a Rolex box. Rolex doesn't make anything that's not perfect. That goes with their watches, that goes with their booklets as well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a little bit about boxes. If you ever get in a situation where you're not buying from the authorized dealer and the seller, whether it's a gray market seller or just a private party, is offering a box with or without the papers, and just make sure that it's a genuine box. Otherwise, it's pretty fair, in my opinion, to deduct $200 or $300 for it. So I came across this box on Facebook. It was a lady. She seemed like a nice lady. She was selling a number of items, one of which was a Rolex box. If I remember correctly, she's been a Facebook member since like 2006, so not one of those new accounts. I remember it was like 70 or 80 bucks. I had to pay taxes, I had to pay shipping, so all in all like 90 bucks. Again, these things are worth about $200 or $300, so I figured I would just have an extra one just in case. If I lost it, if I broke one, I would just have an extra one, right? So for 70 bucks, you know, whatever. So when I got it, I realized that it was not a genuine box. I contacted her. She was surprised as well. I believe it was genuine surprise. She said she had got it from a aftermarket dealer. The Rolex watch was authenticated, so she knew she got a genuine watch. So the only thing I can guess is that this aftermarket dealer didn't have the original box, wanted to supply the box with the sale of the watch, and gave her this fake box. I contacted the seller. She was very nice. She was surprised. And she said that she would definitely give me my money back after I returned it. So it's going back in the mail today. The one good thing that came out of it was I got to make a video for it. So again, hope you liked it. If you did, definitely click that like button for me. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Again, sorry for the long delay. It's been a busy year. I love making these videos for you guys. I love reading the comments. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.